UFC makes its inaugural trip to Baku, Azerbaijan for a pretty good card. Main and co-main are a lot of fun. No time to waste. Let's get into it. First fight of the night, we got Muhammad Naimov taking on Bogdan Grad. So Naimov is 12-3. That is 4-1 in the UFC. Grad is 15-2. That's 1-0 in the UFC. Naimov has won 7 of his last 8 fights. Grad has won 4 straight. Naimov, 30 years old. Grad, 29 years old. I'm going to take Muhammad Naimov money line here, minus 200. I'm going to parlay it. I'll get to it as we go. He has won 4 of his 5 UFC fights, and his lone loss came to Felipe Lima, who's looked really legit in the UFC so far. Grad also gets hit with almost 8 strikes per minute, which is fucking wild. And his lone UFC win came to someone no longer on the roster, so I feel like Naimov should be able to get it done here. Let's go with him. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 1.5. It's minus 240, so you'd have to parlay it, but Naimov has hit it in 4 of his last 5 fights, and Grad has hit it in 2 straight. And I like this one a lot. Fight end by knockout. It's plus 120. Half of Naimov's pro wins have come by knockout, and 9 of Grad's 15 pro wins have come by knockout, and Grad has been knocked out before. Next fight of the night, we got Nazim Sadikov taking on Nicholas Mota. So Sadikov is 10-1-1. That is 3-0-1 in the UFC. Mota is 15-5 with 1 no contest. That is 3-2 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Sadikov is unbeaten in 11 straight. Mota is unbeaten in 3 straight. Sadikov, 31 years old. Mota, 32 years old. I mean, you know I got to ride with the Long Island train. Nazim Sadikov here, money line, minus 340. I'm going to parlay it. I'll get to it as we go. He's unbeaten in the UFC. He's more well-rounded. He could take it to the ground if he needs to. He lands more strikes per minute, and he was born in Azerbaijan. This is a hometown fight for him. Let's get the easy dub here, Naz. Let's go. If you guys are looking for anything else, take Sadikov by finish. If you want a little extra off the top, cuts it in half, minus 175. 9 of his 10 pro wins have come by finish, and Mota has been finished in all 5 of his pro losses. The over 1.5 is minus 130. Truth be told, Sadikov burned me on the over 1.5 in his last fight, but, he still has hit it in 3 of his last 5, and Mota's hit it in 2 of his last 3, so solid parlay piece there. And last but not least, fight end by knockout is also minus 130. 7 of Sadikov's 10 pro wins have come by knockout, and 10 of Mota's 15 pro wins have come by knockout. And Mota's been knocked out 4 times before, so just saying. Next fight of the night, we got Curtis Blades taking on Rizvan Kuniev. So Blades is 18-5 with 1 no contest. That is 13-5 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Kuniev is 12-2-1 with 1 no contest. This will be his UFC debut. Blades has lost 2 of his last 3 fights. Kuniev unbeaten in 11 straight. Blades, 34 years old. Kuniev, 33 years old. I'm riding with Curtis Razor Blades here, minus 265. I'm parlaying it with Muhammad Naimov money line and Nazim Sadikov money line. Those 3 money lines together, plus 167. Don't love making a 3-legger. Don't love throwing in a bunch of money lines, but, I like this 3-legger, so let's ride with it. Blades is 4-2 in his last 6. Both of those losses came to top 4 heavyweights, including the current interim champ. Not to mention he also has a win over Tom Aspinall. Just saying, it might be fluky. It still counts. Kuniev not beaten anyone in the UFC. Granted, this is his UFC debut, so, whatever. But Blades also averages 6 takedowns per 15 minutes. I feel like he can easily get Kuniev down here. And if you guys want to do some MMA math, Blades did beat Justin Willis, who Kuniev lost to. Big titty go home. Remember that shit? That was dope. All right. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 1.5, minus 175. You'd have to parlay it. Blades has only hit it twice in his last 8 fights, and Kuniev has hit it in 5 of his last 7. I don't really love the price for that, considering how little Blades hits it, but Kuniev hits it a lot. Kuniev by KO, if you like him, is plus 550. Half of his pro wins have come by KO, and all 5 of Blades' pro losses have come by KO. And if you like Curtis Blades, but you want him at plus money, take him by decision. Plus 185. 5 of his last 12 wins have come by decision, and Kuniev has never been finished before. Both of his pro losses came by decision. Next fight of the night, we got Tafiq Musayev taking on Miktabek Oralbai. So Musayev is 22-5. This will be his UFC debut. Oralbai is 13-2-1. That is 2-1 in the UFC. Musayev has won 3 of his last 5. Oralbai has won 8 of his last 9. Musayev, 35 years old. Oralbai, still just 27 years old. I'm riding with the ageless wonder year. I mean, dude, he looks 60 years old. He's only 27. Miktabek Oralbai, money line, baby, minus 154. He's well-rounded. He averages over 5 takedowns per 15 minutes. He's going to have a 2-inch reach advantage here. He's 8 years younger, and Musayev has not fought in almost 2 years. So a lot of reasons to root for Oralbai here. I understand Musayev is dangerous, and he could possibly come up short here, but, I like him to rebound after that Rebeski loss. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 1.5 is minus 230. Musayev has hit it in 2 of his last 3. Oralbai has hit it in 3 straight. Oralbai by finish is plus money, plus 175. 11 of his 13 pro wins have come by finish, and Musayev has been finished 4 times before, including his last 2 losses. So that's totally on the table. And if you like Musayev as a dog, I understand. He's plus 155. He's a hammer. 18 of his 22 pro wins have come by KO, including his last 3 wins. Oralbai does get hit a lot, and Musayev will have the hometown crowd behind him, also representing Azerbaijan. Co-main event, we got Rafael Fiziev taking on Ignacio Bahamondes. So Fiziev is 12-4. That is 6-4 in the UFC. Bahamondes is 17-5. That is 6-2 in the UFC. Fiziev has lost 3 straight fights. Bahamondes has won 3 straight fights. Fiziev, 32 years old. Bahamondes, 27 years old. I'm taking the fucking dog here. Rafael Fiziev, money line, plus 105. He is on a 3-fight losing streak. It all came to top 7 lightweights. Also, 2 of them were Justin Gaethje, so it's really only like he lost to 2 guys. Bahamondes still hasn't fought anyone in the top 15. Also, Fiziev's going to have his back against the wall here, having lost 3 in a row. You lose 4 in a row, you might get cut here. So you got to ride with him. He's going to have the hometown crowd behind him as well. He represents like 4 countries, but Azerbaijan being one of them. So let's fucking go, Rafael. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 1.5 is minus 225. You'd have to parlay it. Fiziev has hit it in 5 of his last 6 fights, and Bahamondes has hit it in 3 of his last 6 fights. And last but not least, fight end by knockout is plus 135. 11 of Bahamondes' 17 pro wins have come by knockout, and 8 of Fiziev's 12 pro wins have come by knockout. And he's been KO'd twice before. Main event, we got Jamahal Hill taking on Khalil Rountree Jr. So this is the 3rd time they've booked this fight. It was previously supposed to be the co-main event of International Fight Week last year, UFC 303. Jamahal Hill had to pull out. Then it was supposed to be in Rountree had to pull out because he popped a drug test, and then they were booked for UFC Kansas City earlier this year, and Jamahal Hill had to pull out. So either way, 3rd time this has been booked. Jamahal Hill, 12-3, 1 no contest. That is 6-3 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Rountree, 13-6 with 1 no contest. That is 9-6 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Hill has lost 2 straight fights. Rountree was on a 5-fight win streak, but he did lose his last fight. Hill, 34 years old. Rountree, 35 years old. Taking the over 1.5 here. It's a minus 170. I'm going to parlay it with Miktabek Oralbai money line. That gets us plus 162. I really love that 2-legger. Both these guys hit the over 1.5 in 3 of their last 4 fights. They're both durable. Obviously, they've both been finished, but, I think it goes a little long. 5-rounder, we can hit an over 1.5, right? If you guys are looking for anything else, maybe you want to get the over plus money, take the over 2.5. It's plus 110. Hill has hit it in 3 of his last 4, and Rountree has hit it in 2 of his last 4, so it's doable. If you like the dog, which I really strongly consider taking, Jamahal Hill money line here, plus 136. He has lost 2 in a row, but they came to the number 1 and number 2 contenders. He's a former champ himself. He lands twice as often as Rountree, and he's going to have a 3-inch height and reach advantage here. And last but not least, fight end by knockout. This prop hasn't dropped for whatever reason, but 64% of their combined wins have come by KO, and both guys have been KO'd 3 times.
I'm worth 100,000 like Woodrow. When a ball call me Wilson, going overboard at the Hilton.